win. Well, that win was going to be tough to come by. Matthew Stafford, not a real strong start. Same thing for Michael Vick in this game.
Something we've seen
Waiting for these offenses to get going. Vick fumbling the snap, does dive on it to maintain
It was
possession.
bad football. It was. For the first 30 minutes,
It was
bad football.
Kept looking at the scoreboard, waiting for it to change.
These are two of the more potent, potentially more potent offenses in the league.
Suppose that was Vick's only fumble of the day?
Probably not.
It was not. You're correct.
law of averages.
4 plays later, 2nd and 7. Vick fumbles the snap.
I tell you what, that's elementary football.
It is. I mean,
quarterback center exchange.
The center says first thing on your list of things.
He was not ready.
Don't snap the football at the head of your quarterback when he's not looking.
It's a good rule. Stephen Tulloch, though, happy to pounce on that one. Second quarter. 1st down and 5 here. Matthew Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. Even when he's double covered, you can throw it to him.
Wow. Because he still may go up and get it.
But he hits Nnamdi Asomugha in stride.
Again, I mean, they've made hay by doing just that in the last year plus.
Michael Vick going to give it back. A lot of pressure there in the pocket. Lewis Delmas with the pick.
If you played safety in this game, you knew you were going to get some opportunity to make plays. Just sit back and wait.
Again, it was first 30 minutes, bad football.
Michael Vick, little flick to LaShawn McCoy, finds his way across the stripe. Eagles up 7-6 at halftime.
Needs to be used more. Come on, Mark Mordenwig. Come on.
We say that every week.
Yeah. Every week.
Every single week.
Yeah. They don't watch our show? Come on.
No.
Not while they're playing.
Listen.
Fourth quarter, that is a completion from Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. Tried to leap in, doesn't quite make it. Pushed out by Kurt Coleman, 1st and goal on the 1.
For the 5th time this year, the Detroit Lions trailing in the 4th quarter of a football game.
Matthew Stafford now up in play action. We don't often see number 9 keep it himself, but when you're this open,
take it, keep it.
How about when you have 2 defenders on Calvin Johnson?
He just did the LT little flip there.
My guess has got to be as well that when you're game planning for the Lions, trying to stop Matthew Stafford from running the football is not high on your list of priorities.
16-13 now, inside of 6 minutes left. Vick to a wide-open Jeremy Maclin. There he goes, 70-yard score.
On the goalpost. I mean, how can a guy get that?
Okay, so now you're at home. You're at home, right? You have a 10-point lead with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. You will have to salt that away if, in fact, you are a playoff team that can win a championship.
Well, this is not moving in that direction, Tom. That's Nate Burleson, 17-yard score, 3-point lead at 23-20.
Nate's on the all-celebration team, but they're still down 3.
Stafford now looking for, who else? Calvin Johnson, flushed out to his left.
And you know why this is happening? Because they can't run the football. They don't commit to running the football to end a game.
Well, he was initially ruled out of bounds. Play was reviewed. He did keep both feet in. Lions kicked a field goal.
That's impressive.
With no time remaining, so we are headed to overtime. Jim Schwartz says 1st down. That's what he said.
He's very happy.
Jim Harbaugh ran across the field, slapped him on the back.
Eagles forced the punt. And Matt McBriar punting to Stephon Logan. Fields the punts. And he's eventually going to be hit hard by Akeem Jordan. Ball comes out.
Guess what? Lands in his belly. Oh, my God.
That's
pops in the air.
Yes, you know it's your day.
Logan recovers it.
That's football. Definitely bounces it.
Rolls over.
Right back to Logan. Wow.
How about that?
The Lions ball at midfield. 5 plays later, they're facing 4th down and 3. 45 yards, Jason Hanson. Yes?
Of course it's yes.
And yes, it is.
Again, you can't have any sympathy for the Eagles. Then they're in their own building with a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go, and Jim Schwartz is beyond excited.
He should be.
But you know
what? Needed that win.
Maybe this is the spark that the Lions are looking for to get them back on track. It's been a very rough start to the season, but the Eagles, look, I'm at a loss for words explaining what.